Hey everyone, this is Kimmy from the Thrifting Sisters, and I am sorry it has been a minute again. I actually just got back from a baseball tournament with my son, and so we are a little lacking here this summer, but I wanted to give you guys a couple updates and talk about just a few things in the reseller, thrifting, eBay, Poshmark world. So I'm Kimmy. I am one of 3 sisters on this channel, and I have been thrifting and reselling online for over 10 years now. Actually, my son is now 12, and I started right before he was born. So it's actually been like 12 years. So I've sold all kinds of different things on eBay, Poshmark. I've done Amazon. I've done Mercari. Right now I currently have 1,300 listings on eBay and about the same on Poshmark because I do cross post using my cross lister. So how are you guys doing? How is your summer? It's like this second week of July here. I hope your guys' summer is going really well. Check in, y'all. If you are here with us, you listen to the channel, we would love to hear from you and hear how your summer's going. Is that summer slowdown affecting you? I'd love to know. My sales, honestly, I do feel like mine have slowed down. You know, a lot of people talk about the summer slowdown as far as sales go. And I usually do experience that. My items really are not summer items for the most part. A lot of people travel in summer. They're going places. They're not typically sitting on eBay, you know, buying. Whereas in like winter, like when we don't have a lot to do, it seems, and people are spending money, they're getting their tax returns, all these different things. It does seem that sometimes, you know, the sales kind of shift. Now, if you specialize in swimsuits and surfboards, I'm sure you're doing great. But I do not. And before I left for the baseball tournament, I was seeing a pretty significant slowdown. But also I wasn't listing as much either. So, you know, that is what it is. But so I turned my eBay off, and when I got back, I turned it back on because I was actually gone for quite a few days, and I didn't want to have to deal with like people asking where their item was. And I literally turned my eBay back on, and all of a sudden I was getting offers. So that was a little strange. I have heard before that like turning your eBay off sometimes is like restarting your phone, right? Like if you call your phone service and you're like, hey, my phone's acting weird, what is the first thing that they tell you to do? Well, have you tried unplugging it and plugging it back in? Or have you tried turning it off and turning it back on again, right? That is something a lot of different services will tell you to do. So I thought I would mention that as soon as I turned my eBay store back on, I started to see an increase in offers. And not like, well, of course you turned it back on, but I mean like of more offers and more interest in my items than before I turned it off. Like all of a sudden it was like, boom, hey, I got an offer within an hour. So my advice to y'all, if you have the time, or I know people actually call eBay themselves and ask them to like redo their store, like reset their items. Think about it. Maybe put your stuff on vacation mode, have all your items get off for a day. Like there's a couple different vacation modes. Do the vacation mode where they remove all of your items. They're not able to be seen or purchased at all, which is what I did. Let it go for a day if you're willing to do that, and then turn it back on and see what happens. It's like rebooting your eBay. So I'm actually down here. It's Monday. I have like 7-8 orders to ship, and I literally turned it back on yesterday, Sunday, because that's when we were coming home. So I think that's pretty good because that's basically 1 day's time that I have that many orders to ship. Think about it. So I also wanted to talk about this ground advantage shipping, y'all. Tell me, gosh. And yes, I'm sunburnt like always. Are you guys understanding this new ground advantage shipping? Let me know what your thoughts are. So, you know, eBay, they just rolled out yesterday this new ground advantage via USPS for packages. It seemed like yesterday in my forums while we were driving home, my husband, of course, was driving and I was just reading stuff. It seemed like a lot of people were getting glitches. They were feeling frustrated. I mean, that's pretty typical when you just roll something out. Are you guys getting glitches? Do you guys understand this new Ground Advantage? I'm about to go ship. I'm a little bit nervous about it. I was kind of looking around. I'll probably do an update about that in a week and see how things are going and what my perspective is as far as shipping goes. You know, this does say, like, I was reading some of the frequently asked questions, and it does say that do you need to update your shipping service in your listings? And this says in most cases, yes. You need to go into, and you can bulk edit if you know how to do that, and change your shipping services to Ground Advantage. If you have specifically first class chosen as your shipping means, you may need to go into your current listings, your active listings, and update that. So I thought that was kind of interesting because it sounds like a lot of work. Yeah, so by the way, my birthday was Saturday. This rolled out Sunday, July 9th. It says that Ground Advantage offers affordable domestic ground shipping to all 50 states. The transit time is between 2 and 5 business days. The best price service is what they're selling it as for items up to 1 pound. So essentially that's first class. There's no more first class. And in fact, people were trying to still use first class yesterday with eBay, and people were like, don't do that because now they're discontinuing that service. So I think if first class is still listed as a possibility of a way for you to ship your item, I don't think you're supposed to use it. I think that's a glitch because obviously eBay and USPS is phasing out first class shipping, which is up to 15.999 ounces. That's typically your cheapest way of shipping lighter items. There's no more first class. The Ground Advantage is taking over. So, you know, it just basically says that it's going to be the most affordable way to ship your items if you have a lightweight item. There was some more frequently asked questions here at the bottom. You know, they're saying that basically first class, like USPS will continue to support like the packages in transit right now, but we're supposed to be changing over to this Ground Advantage Select. Ground Advantage. So that is another thing. So first I wanted to just mention this thing about me going on vacation mode for a couple days and then turning my eBay back on. Suddenly now it seems like I've got more traffic than when I left, and when I left it was kind of going downhill. So something to think about if you're having a slum, or if you just want to like try it. Like, I'm going to turn it on vacation mode for a day and then come back and turn it back on. Maybe it will kind of reboot or refresh your items. You know, something to think about. I wanted to mention this USPS Ground Advantage because obviously I'm always updating you guys on shipping changes, shipping increases. You know, there's so much to follow there. And if we're a reseller, right, we have to kind of be on top of those things. So, you know, I think that's kind of important to, you know, sometimes I feel lame doing those videos because it's like, oh, it's just a shipping update. But it's kind of our job. You know, we need to know what is going on with the shipping, and I'm going to use it. You know, I'm going to ship things now, and I'm going to ship the next couple days, and I'll do an update on that and let you know what I think or how it went. The third thing I did want to say, so if you don't know, I'm from Wisconsin. My sisters and I are all from Wisconsin. I typically thrift Wisconsin, Illinois. And thrift meaning could stop anywhere. Antique store, garage sale, wherever I could find clearance sales, whatever. But we did go to New York, and I did some thrifting out there, and it was kind of interesting. I did find a couple good things, not a whole lot. I don't know why my nose is itching, sorry. But I'm going to do a short video on that, on a couple of things that I found out in New York and had to find room for on the way back. But that was kind of fun. It's always fun going into a brand new place that you've never been into and like kind of looking through things. Because sometimes, do y'all get this? If you go to like the same thrift store or antique store or whatever, and it always seems like it's the same old stuff. Even if it's not, you're like, deja vu. I feel like I've seen this piece of glassware before. It just seems like that for me sometimes. It becomes redundant and it seems like, oh, I want something new. So I'll tell you guys about that on the next video. Thanks for being here. It's just a short little summer update. Trying to say hi to you guys, and I hope you guys are doing well. Let me know how your sales are. And now that I'm back, I'm gonna be doing a couple more videos. Again, love talking all things thrift. I actually have some really big goals. I met someone, or I was talking to someone out in New York about their husband who is a reseller. That's what he does. And they've really accomplished a lot with the money that he makes, you know, reselling. And I'm like, man, I really need to do something more impressive. Like, he really kills it. So, like, they bought a car, and I was like, I buy groceries, I pay the electric bill. Always should have goals, right? Like, I mean, I am proud of what I do, but something to think about too. Always have goals and things that you want to reach. Goals and things you want to reach, like, you know, where your next step is, or how big you want to be, I guess. So anyways, I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you for listening if you made it all the way to the end. Hopefully at least my sister's dead. And my mom. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.